Hey guys, Luke here, and I'm here to preview round 15 of the 2015 NRL season. Now, it's not quite a normal week for NRL, as there's two teams with the byes, that being the Eels and the Rabbitohs, but basically back to sort of a normal sort of round, where not like last week where only half the teams are playing, although obviously Origin was midweek, so probably a few players or a few teams under strength still. I think Storm would be one of them. But let's start off with the Seagulls taking on the Tigers. So Seagulls had Cherry Evans, who didn't play particularly well at all. Robbie Farah, I doubt he'll be playing. Dean Hallertau's actually named their starter hooker, so it seems like they've given Farah sort of no chance possibly. Aaron Woods had a really good game, and you assume he'll back up. How many minutes he'll play, I'm not really sure. Marty Tapau in excellent form. Seagulls, for some reason, I know they haven't been in the best form, but something's telling me that they'll get the job done. I don't know if it's because it's at Brookvale or what. As much as I don't want them to win, I prefer Tigers to win for sure. But I don't know, for some reason, I'm just feeling Manly this time. I think their side's looking pretty strong. I know there's no Jamie Lyon, but probably one of the stronger sides they've put out this year. Foran, Cherry Evans, Ballin, Stewart, they've all got a few games under their belt sort of together. Usually there's been at least one of them out, apart from Ballin, but either Foran's been out, or Cherry Evans been out, or Brett Stewart's been out, or it's been a lot of injuries for Manly. It's saying that though Tigers could easily come in and flog them, just like they did to Rabbitohs last week. I don't really pick Tigers too often because they're so hard to get a read of. Because one time Brooks and Moses will destroy a side, and the next time they won't even be able to make a tackle. They're very very hard to pick. But I'm gonna say Manly because I think they're just the easy option, I'd say. And we will say 1 to 12. Next game is the Raiders taking on the Cowboys. You can see on the screen here. Now, Cowboys got a lot of players backing up, so that being Morgan, Thurston, Matt Scott, Tamu. Although Morgan didn't get that much game time, but yeah, he was still involved. Probably takes a lot out if you're just being at the occasion. Raiders, I don't think had anybody. I don't think Parley didn't play, so yeah, they didn't have anybody. So they should be all fresh and ready to go. While Cowboys got a lot of players who, are backing up. Like I said, could be very tired, having to go down, cold night in Canberra. Probably not the best thing. They are 10 in a row, and as they say, with another win comes another game closer to a loss. A bit of a dumb one in my opinion, but it's worth saying. Yeah, they've sort of been getting away with it. Cowboys, they haven't been outstanding last few weeks, but I think it's the last game, if I recall, was the game against Manly where they won right on the bell. So yeah, they've sort of been getting away with it the last few weeks, and I can definitely see a bit of an ambush here from the Raiders at home at night time. Sam Williams, Blake Austin, getting the job done. Jack Whiten having a pretty good game as well. I could see that definitely happening. Moving on to the next game, Titans taking on the Warriors. Now, Titans, pretty impressive last week. Bulldogs were quite diabolical. But, you can't take away from the Titans. They were very good. I thought James Roberts was really, really good. I think that's the key to Titans. They need to get him as much ball as possible. Just keep getting it out to him. I'm not really sold on Josh Hoffman at 5'8". We saw last year. He's not very effective there. Although I do feel David Mead's probably best suited to the fullback spot. So I suppose they've got to work it in somehow. And I suppose this is the best option now until LG's back. Daniel Warner was pretty good at hooker. I'm not sure what's to go with Dave Taylor. Is he just being named 8th man because he's not fit, or is he actually being dropped? I'm not really sure what's to go there. Nate Miles coming back into the side. He should be a big addition for them. But the Warriors, in terms of who's going to win this game, I think it all comes down to the Warriors are the key to this one. It's not Titans sort of, they're just there. If they just play okay, they could get the job done. The Warriors, it's just a matter of which Warriors side turns up. Is it going to be reserve grade standard Warriors, or is it going to be win the comp Warriors? Like I said, I've said it many times, and I'm sure a lot of other people have said this. They're just so hot and cold. Johnson, Hurrell, they got a lot of players who 1 week with Dally M Player of the Year, capable of winning it. Next week, you question how they're even in first grade. Ryan Hoffman being named. I don't know if he'll play. I think he got another concussion. Probably won't play. I'm going to go Warriors. I don't think Titans have particularly been that good at home, and I think the sort of Bulldogs made them look a lot better than what they probably are. But yeah, it's not a confident pick for me, just due to the fact that it's the Warriors. Oh, and also for For the Raiders Cowboys, I didn't say who was going to win yet. I'm going to go Raiders 1-12. For Titans Warriors, I'm going to go Warriors 13+ because I think they'll just be too good in the end. But I mean, Titans can definitely win it. Bulldogs vs Panthers up next. Bulldogs haven't named any of their origin players, so can't really get a great read on them. Who's going to play? Will Hodkinson play? I'm not really sure. Had a bit better of a game. Like, if he played that sort of game for the Bulldogs like he did in State of Origin, I'll be fine. I mean, he wasn't outstanding, but, you know, he got the centre's early ball, and yeah, I just don't want Hodkinson to play like a complete idiot like he has, this season. Reserve grade at best for most of the season. But yeah, like I said, if he can produce a performance like that, I'm fine with him being in the team. Although I would prefer Mbai and Reynolds to be the halves pairing. In terms of the rest of the side, I'm not really sure if both the Morris boys were back up. Maybe Josh, probably not Brett, just due to him having a hamstring injury. I don't know if you want to rush him back in there. Sam Parrott has been a little bit worrisome at fullback when he's filled in this season. Although last season he was quite good, but this season not really feeling it. The forwards should be a lot better, I'd think. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying Bulldogs were had some gun forward pack last week, whatever, and that was totally false. It was like a bunch of reserve graders on the bench, which is where we really let down at times. This week, although it's named the same, but how many players can you name? This is from other clubs. How many players could you actually name and say you know who they were? Sean Lane I thought was quite good. SE didn't play last week. Would love to see him. But yeah, no James Graham this week again. A little bit disappointing. Or not disappointing. We already knew he wasn't going to play, but definitely a huge loss. But yeah, Josh Jackson coming back in should be a big inclusion. Plus, all the rest of the Origin lads should definitely help out. David Clemmer in particularly off the bench is incredible. Panthers, they're actually looking quite strong themselves. Like I said, they've been last few weeks. They've sort of been looking as strong as they've probably been this season. Obviously, Moylan not playing, a huge loss to them, but Sal and Wallace got a few games under the belt. Seguiaro. I'm not going to say who's actually going to win. I'm just going to say why both sides can win. Bulldogs, basically, if all the Origin stars sort of, back up and play, I think they'll be way too good. They got them at the start of the year, the Panthers, but, needed a little bit of time to gel. Obviously, a few players playing their first game, like Reynolds didn't have an off-season and that, so it's hard to get a gauge of a round one game. Not that you can totally discredit it, because Panthers were quite good. I think Panthers need the same sort of game plan, just trying to run it through the big forwards. Seguiaro needs to get in there and run it a lot. But yeah, that's why both sides win. Panthers just need to try and play fast, where Bulldogs just need to sort of bash the Panthers. But yeah, moving on to the Knights taking on the Sharks. Now, I think this is a bit of I'm not going to say it's an easy one, because if I say it's an easy one, I'm going to get it wrong. But I'm going to say Sharks are going to win. I doubt Gallen won't be backing up. I just think they'll be too strong, the Sharks. And it's basically just due to the fact that I think Knights are crap. Halves pairing, probably one of the worst in the comp, you'd have to say. Just not a strong. They're just not a strong side. They've got a few strong plays in their side, but just as an overall side, just not particularly well. Although they are playing at home, so I suppose you can always factor that in as to why they might be able to win. But I think Sharks will be able to just win, just based on the fact of Afafida or Luke Lewis or Wade Graham or someone just better get them home. I'm going to say 1-12. I don't think they'll flog them, but I think Sharks get the win. Although I could be wrong. Storm taking on the Broncos. Now, Billy Slater ruled out. He's ruled out for the rest of the season. I'm assuming Munster will just come straight back in. Now, I think Slater out is a little bit too much of taking on the Broncos, just too much for them. With both Slater and Cronk out. Now, Smith, great player, but you just can't do it by your own. You can't do it by yourself. We've seen Thurston on these years. You just can't do it. And that's why I'm going to go Broncos. I think Broncos probably win well. Although it also depends on them, how many of their players back up. If, all of them probably back up, but, will they be tired? Sam Thorday, probably not that tired. Didn't seem to do that much in Origin. But yeah, that could work for them very well for the club. Come back real fired up. Hodges as well didn't have the best of games in Origin, so he could definitely be fired up as well. But yeah, I'm going to say 13+ win for the Broncos, just too strong. Moving on to the last game of the round, it's Dragons taking on the Roosters. Now, this is an interesting one. From a few weeks ago, you think Dragons probably win this one. And, they won the first clash between the two. Although I felt in the first clash Roosters were probably the better side, but then threw it away themselves rather than Dragons being that much better. Actually, I'm thinking of a totally different game. Scratch that. Yeah, but what I'm saying like before, that's still valid. A few weeks ago, probably would have said Dragons would have won. Dragons sort of dropped off a little bit, you'd think, or at least it feels a little bit like the momentum sort of stalled a little bit. Dugan backing up, a few players backing up there, Merrin as well as Roosters got Pearce backing up and Jennings and a few others. I'm going to pick Roosters. I think they're sort of getting a little bit of form. Tuivasa-Sheck's maintained his form throughout the whole year. Jennings, another game under his belt. And Pearce and Maloney, they're still there. They're still going strong. Jake Friend's back. Like, I think they'll just be way too strong. I can't really give you exact reasons or anything, but I don't know. I'm just feeling the Roosters. Although I seem to pick whoever Dragons are versing, I pick the opposite side every week. So I feel like their side just shouldn't be good, but they just are for some reason. I can't really put a pinpoint that exact reason. So it's hard for me to tip Dragons games. But that is the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Mr. Luke YT is my Twitter handle. Got a Facebook page in the description below. And yeah, make sure you leave in the comments section below your predictions for the week. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.